I'm live right now.
Yeah, you're already live. I'm just gonna we could just start. We don't have to start it exactly all the way. We do super on point. I'm gonna take this off. The keys. Take them off here. They still the same. Just put them on the side. Put them on the side. So.
Shalom. We are the lSUPK coming out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York, on the Commanding Journey of Honor. And today's topic is, if you outside the lSUPK, you in trouble. That's right. With all the demons that attacks it, let me figure in on something. More demons attack the nation of Israel more than anybody else. All the damn demons up on the earth is faced and focused at us. That's why people seem to be so messed up. You see what I'm saying? So you got other like groups, you got brothers out there that's trying to, protest now, concerning the weaves and the Korean shops and all that. All right. But here's the thing. Those brothers, and you got brothers that's talking about this race war and talking about this and that and trying to organize. Look, those brothers are behind the game. You see what I'm saying? They're just now trying to understand something about organizing. Right, you know what I'm saying? They're behind. When the lSUPK has been doing this since 1969 officially, actually, it was even before that, all the way going back to, Iowa Bivens, we had seen about, 65? Right. You know what I'm saying? And then, he started to organize and, of course, started to grow, and then everything was officialized in 1969. From 1969 to 2018, that's a long time to consistently be organized minded. That's experience. You see what I'm saying? Right. And now these people are coming with inexperience, so what do they want to do? They want to protest. You see what I'm saying? They go grab signs, grab a couple of brothers or whatever, go grab a sign, and then, that is somehow, that's not organized at all. That's why I say, if you're outside the lSUPK, you're in trouble. Right. You see what I'm saying? And another thing, too, with all the homo pressure that's out there, this pressuring, brothers to take on homosexual ways for a job. You got brothers that's acting gay just to get a job. Right. I've seen this stuff myself. I've seen it before. I've seen a brother when, this brother was straight, but the brother started acting gayish. It was almost like speaking another language. Like if you're trying to get a job over in, if you're in France trying to get a goddamn job, you got to start to learn to speak some French. Well, he was a straight brother to learn to speak some gay. Right. I think that's something. Yeah, that's what they do now. You know what I'm saying? All right. We're going to go into now. With that situation with that sister that was sitting in her hair, she was sitting over with her friends that like do hair or something like that. You could tell that she was in somebody's house. Right. It's a funny thing, though, because the sister, because she's at a table, and the table had, you could tell it wasn't no like official place for business, but somebody let that gay dude in, knowing that they had a beef with each other. Right. Because how gay dudes, I'm gonna beat that bitch up. I'm gonna, that's how the gay dudes be. And somebody there decided to go ahead and open the door and let him on in, right? When knowing good and well if he had a beef with this goddamn woman and he's going over to fight her, leave his ass outside the goddamn door. Right. Like, hey man, look, you gotta get the hell away from here. Because obviously she had turned her house into a place of business, whether it was doing her or whatever the case was. But Dude come through, gay as he can be, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, and the girl's sitting there in the chair with her little son on her lap, right? And he said, "Oh, I see you got your little son." That just know that he's ready to do something, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then there's a little argument, and she's like wondering what he's on or whatever, and he pops her in her face. You know what I'm saying? But see, here's the thing though, because sisters promote that character. They promote that. And when they talk about this good black man, when they talk about a good black man, this is what they really mean. You want to know what they think a good black man is? Look what they hang with. Look what type of black man they like to be around. You see what I'm saying? They don't like to be around the masculine black man unless they trying to argue with him or trying to do something like that. But who do they go out and have fun with? Who do they have their best times with? Who do they go to the club with? Right. They go to the club with that gay black man. Right. You see what I'm saying? That's so. Being the fact that they hang with that, and not only that, but hell, they're raising Prudy sons too. Right. They satisfied with their sons when their son is Prudy. The masculine son or whatever, they want to bully him to try and break his spirit. But that gay son, they raise up all him because the demons on her know that he's already a finished product. You see what I'm saying? The damn man that makes the pot, after the pot's already shaped and molded the way he wants to, he ain't got to keep on messing with it. You see what I'm saying?
And even if a woman's son would come out and be gay, he'll get he'll be getting support from the family.
Yes.
From the women in the family.
Yes.
Women in the family be supporting him. If he try to say he's not gay or he changing his way, they'll say, "No, you need to be you. Don't let nobody stop you from being you."
Right. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. But when he's letting her laid up on that goddamn hospital bed and he's weighing 30 pounds, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Who's to blame then? Well, let me tell you who they'll blame. They'll blame the black man. Right. Who had no say in that matter because his goddamn uncles couldn't say nothing. Because one goddamn thing, the uncles is staying with grandma. You know what I'm saying? So his voice is on minimal. You know what I'm saying? He don't like it, the fact that dudes run around, blowing rods. He don't like it. He hates it. But at the same time, he can't say a goddamn thing either, can he? Or he'll get thrown out in the goddamn street. That's the type of situation that black people's in right there. You see what I'm saying? But every now and then, that same thing that's promoted turns around to bite you. You see what I'm saying? That same gay dude is now 220. You know what I'm saying? And thinking he a goddamn woman. You know what I'm saying? And thinking that it's not that it's a fair fight. He's thinking that it's a fair fight if he fights this 130-pound, 5'3" woman. You see what I'm saying? Even though he's 6'2" and 230. He think that's a fair fight. All right. You see what I'm saying? Man, this is what sisters is raising right here. This is what happens when you don't want strong black men. You see what I'm saying? That's what type of thing that actually happens. When you sit there and and you dead set against masculinity, that's what you start to produce, and what you start to produce eventually turns around to bite you. You see what I'm saying? Just like if you do good. If you do good and things like that, that will turn around to benefit you in a good way. But if you sit there and you raise evil like that, it's going to turn around and it's going to bite you too. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's actually going to do, because now your gay son end up on drugs too. You don't give a damn the fact that he's gay, but you don't want him doing that drug. You try to say something to him about that goddamn drug, he's going to take that just like you taught him. If somebody says something about his homosexual lifestyle, he's going to look at it on the same line and he's going to be ready to clock the hell out. You see what I'm saying? And these sisters is hanging with these gay dudes, and they gossiping with other sisters, you know what I'm saying? And then they got the whole little gossip circle going on, and he's up in it, but the only thing is he's 6'2" and 2 goddamn 30 and a man, thinking that he's a goddamn woman and thinking that it's a fair fight. He comes and knocks your goddamn teeth out. You see what I'm saying? That's what you done produced yourself.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the reason why I'm getting ready to go into this scripture right here. We're going to go into Judges chapter 19. And this is what that started to produce. It causes all types of evil confusion among us. Sisters, if you want to, sisters say they want a real man, they want this, they want a masculine man. This is a funny thing. They only want that man in the bedroom. You see what I'm saying? Outside of the bedroom, they don't want that. They want a bitch outside of the bedroom, but inside their bedroom, they want a man. You gotta want a man inside the bedroom and a man outside. You gotta want them both. You know what I'm saying? How do they say this? A package deal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta want both.
I can script for you.
Judges chapter 19. You want the book?
I need this. Judges 19 and what?
Judges chapter 19 and verse 1.
Judges chapter 19 verse 1. And it came to pass in those days when there was no king in Israel.
Oh, wait a minute. What did it say? There was no what?
No king in Israel.
Man, when there was no king in Israel, just like it is right now, you know what I'm saying? There's no king, no top head figure, and for all of these dumbass fake Israelite groups out there, I got a bone to pick with you also concerning this. The men of these fake ass goddamn groups. You read the scriptures, and you see how that we act when we don't. We are people that's supposed to have a head figure. That's how we're cut. We're made like that. You see what I'm saying? The other nations, they can run around without a head figure and still all be on the same page. We have the hardest time doing that. So what y'all sitting there saying, well, the Lord is working with all the groups is a goddamn lie. That is a lie right there. And what you should be actually doing is sitting there at least thinking who is actually supposed to lead, who is supposed to be that top head figure. Right, but y'all know it deep inside the back of y'all's mind. Y'all know it. But y'all don't want to confess it. Y'all don't want to admit it, not even to y'all's goddamn selves, and that's just a serious problem. You see what I'm saying? That man to lead is the man in Journey of Hana. And that is the elephant that sits in the room of every goddamn Israelite group that it is out there. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
All right. Go ahead.
There was no king in Israel, that there was a certain Levite sojourning on the side of Mount Ephraim, who took to him a concubine out of Bethlehem, Judah. And his concubine played the whore against him. Now, when there's no king in Israel, what ends up happening? Our women end up being whores. This is like what do they call it? Like a butterfly effect, or a cause and effect situation. Snowball effect. Right, snowball effect. You see what I'm saying? That's what happened. This man was a Levite and had a concubine that played the whore against him, and went to her father's house and left that man for 4 months with no contact. But in her mind, she didn't do anything wrong. Right. You see what I'm saying? That's what happens. That's what when you don't have, when we're not in order like that, that's what ends up happening. Go ahead, Cal. Played the whore against him, and went away from him unto her father's house to Bethlehem, Judah, and was there 4 whole months. And her husband arose and went after her, to speak friendly unto her, and to bring her again, having his servant with him, and a couple of asses. And she brought him into her father's house. You know what? Another thing that happens also too, when we have no structure, no solid structure like that, we start to be a little lax in the law. You see what I'm saying? Because that man did what he wasn't supposed to do, to be honest with you. What he wasn't supposed to do is, when that woman sat there and got ghost on him for 4 whole goddamn months, he already knew the deal. You know what I'm saying? No woman leaves you for 4 months without being poked by somebody else. You see what I'm saying? With no contact with you, not even, 4 whole months, and she's just totally gone. In reality, she want to go out there and have her some fun. You see what I'm saying? That's what happened there. And, and even this is the snow, this is the cause and effect right here. He went after her to try and retrieve this woman. You know what I'm saying?
Some damn good way that woman done already got live and she can goddamn be. She went into a place that was like Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what I'm saying? So we already know what she went there to do. You know what I'm saying? Actually, he wasn't even supposed to goddamn go and retrieve her. Go ahead, Cap.
And she brought him into her father's house. And when the father of the damsel saw him, he rejoiced to meet him. And his father-in-law, the damsel's father, retained him. And he abode with him 3 days.
Now we got to look at the father. Now the father is sitting there, he's rejoicing to meet this dude. He's happy that his daughter's got a Levite husband and such, but he's almost like trying to hide the fact that his daughter's a goddamn whore. Right. You see what I'm saying? So he's in support of this also. You see what I'm saying? He's also in support of it. Even though he's happy to see this Levite man who he knows is a righteous man, he's happy to see him and all that. Go ahead.
Abode in 3 days. So they did eat and drink and lodge there. And it came to pass on the 4th day, when they arose early in the morning, that he arose up to depart. And the damsel's father said unto his son-in-law, comfort thine heart with a morsel of bread, and afterward go your way.
So what is he actually trying to do? He's like, man, look, don't worry about the work of the Lord. Sit here and just be in comfort. Just chill out, to eat and drink, and be merry, So this is the type of stuff that was weaved throughout. And actually, this is the stuff that was weaved throughout our whole society right here when we had no king, no ruler over us, right? Go ahead.
And they sat down and did eat and drink, both of them together. For the damsel's father had said unto the man, be content, I pray thee, and tarry all night, and let thine heart be merry. And when the man rose up to depart, his father-in-law urged him, therefore he lodged there again. And he arose early in the morning, the 5th day, to depart. And the damsel's father said, comfort thine heart, I pray thee, tarry to the afternoon. And they did eat, both of them. And when the man rose up to depart, he and his concubine and his servant, his father-in-law, the damsel's father, said unto him, behold now, the day draweth toward evening. I pray you, tarry all night. Behold, the day groweth to an end. Lodge here, that thine heart may be merry, and tomorrow get up early on the way, that thou mayest go home. But the man would not tarry that night. But he rose up and departed, and came over against Jebus, which is Jerusalem. And there with him 2 asses saddled, his concubine also with him. And when they were by Jebus, the day was far spent, and the servant said unto his master, come, I pray thee, and let us turn into the city of the Jebusites and lodge in it. And his master said unto him, we will not turn aside hither into the city of a stranger, that is not of the children of Israel. We will pass over to Gibeah. And he said unto his servant, come, let us draw near to one of these places to lodge all night in Gibeah or in Ramah.
Yeah, now think about it. Now, the father, the father was supposed to do, he was supposed to actually be like, hey, look, you away from he should have been checking his daughter. And be like, look, you away from your goddamn husband, you need to get the hell back there. He obviously don't know where the hell you at. You need to be getting back there. But instead, what does he do? He harbors his daughter in there for them, for that period of time. You see what I'm saying? He was a partaker in this, and what eventually ended up happening was the men surrounded there, a bunch of sodomite men came and surrounded the place, and they did the same thing that happened with Lot in the literal Sodom and Gomorrah. And dude ended up, bringing out the concubine. There was two women to be brought out. One actually was a righteous girl, you know what I'm saying, that had not known no man by lying with him. She was set apart. Right? Because the father offered both, you know what I'm saying? He offered both of them, but then she was the one that was taken. The whore was the one that was taken, and all the men in the city raped her clear up until the goddamn daylight, you know what I'm saying? So much so that she damn died. They had to be doing some serious brutal stuff, and she died after. You see what I'm saying? All right. So let's go to what verse we have there?
We have verse 13.
Okay, let's go to Judges chapter 20 and verse 11.
Judges chapter 20, verse 11. So all the men of Israel were gathered against the city, knit together as one man.
What happened was now they have to go to war because the men of Benjamin would not deliver up the Sodomites that was in their city. And the men now, this is how that's done set there and then permeated that whole tribe because now the men don't get that themselves. Go ahead, Cal.
And the tribes of Israel sent men through all the tribe of Benjamin, saying, what wickedness is this that is done among you? Now therefore deliver us the men, that the children of Baal which are in Gilead, that we may put them to death, and put away evil from Israel.
See how this is, see how this has come about now. The 11 of the tribes is going to war against one tribe. You see what I'm saying? Because those dudes don't want to deliver up the damn Sodomites. So that means they were a partaker with that also. They were a partaker in the sins of the Sodomites, even though a lot of them didn't get down like that. And now you got brothers today that be like, well, I like women, but if a man want to get down, that's just him. That's just how he do. That nigga gay too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's just an inactive gay. You know what I'm saying? That's all. He's still gay too. If you support it, you're gay too. You know what I'm saying? You support homosexuality, you're gay also. Even though you ain't a homosexual yourself, you prefer women. But if you support and protect that goddamn lifestyle, your ass is gay. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like a landmine, right? Inactive landmine is still a landmine. An inactive volcano is still a fucking volcano. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's inactive doesn't mean that doesn't change it and make it something else, does it?
Right.
No, it's still that. You know what I'm saying? So an inactive homosexual is still a damn homosexual. You see what I'm saying? If you support it, what you support is what the hell you are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead, Cal.
But the children of Benjamin would not hearken to the voice of their brethren, the children of Israel.
They ain't want to hear it. They like, you ain't coming up. You're not coming up in here, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't coming around here. You ain't gonna do nothing. Right. Go ahead.
But the children of Benjamin gathered themselves together out of the cities unto Gibeah to go out to battle against the children of Israel.
And not only did they say you ain't coming in here, but they girded themselves up to go to war. Supporters of this. Now, who were they following, though? They were following the women. That's who they were following. You see what I'm saying? They seen the way that they mamas and all of them and they sisters and all of that cater to that lifestyle, and them, weakening themselves, decided that they was going to go ahead and cater to the lifestyle and got themselves, even though they didn't get down like that themselves. Go ahead, Cal.
To go out to battle against the children of Israel. And the children of Benjamin were numbered at that time out of the cities 26,000 men that drew sword.
Okay, you got 26,000 men that came out of Benjamin. Go ahead.
Which were numbered 700 chosen men.
Now, the point that I'm making with this also is that homosexual spirit is a very aggressive spirit. You see what I'm saying? It's very aggressive. When you look into the scriptures, and hell, who's got the top military on the planet? United States of America does, right? United States of America have the best fighting men it is out there. But what does the United States also do too? The United States also promotes homosexuality. Just like the Greeks, Alexander was a punk himself. You see what I'm saying? That's how, and the Canaanites, all the Canaanites were, all the families of the Canaanites were known for being mighty as far as militarily. The ancient Egyptians were homosexuals too. They had the top military in their day. Sodom and Gomorrah, Zeboim and Admah, and Zoar. Those 5 cities were, superpowers. They were in the same position that America is in today. You see what I'm saying? And what did they do? They totally embraced homosexuality also. That has a fierce demonic spirit that comes behind it that's aggressive as hell. You see what I'm saying? That's why this is very, go ahead, Cap. That's why the stuff started to go down like this.
Among all these people, there were 700 chosen men left-handed. Everyone could sling stones at a hairbreadth and not miss.
These are the 700 left-handed dudes that can sit there and sling a stone just like a nigga can fire a pistol. You see what I'm saying? Just like a dude that's good with a gun can fire and aim at his mark and hit, you know what I'm saying? And hit a dude right between the damn eyes if you want. Right up in the forehead. Well, they were left-handed dudes that can actually do this with the quickness with a goddamn sling stone. You see what I'm saying? The Benjamites were militarily very powerful at this time, even though they was running around as homosexuals and all that. Like I said, this is an aggressive spirit. And it's so damn aggressive, that they were able to even beat the nation in 2 battles. As we get ready to read on to see. Go ahead, Cal.
And the men of Israel, beside Benjamin, were numbered 400,000 men that drew sword. All these were men of war.
Now you got 26,000 against 400 and something thousand. You see this?
Right.
You got 26,000 men against 400 and something thousand, right? Go ahead, go.
And the children of Israel rose and went up to the house of God and asked counsel of the Most High and said, which of us shall go up first to battle against the children of Benjamin? And the Lord said, Judah shall go up first.
You got the tribe of Judah coming up first, right? The Lord always picks Judah to lead, to come up first, to go, to be the first ones to go off into the battle. Go ahead.
And the children of Israel rose up in the morning and encamped against Gibeah. And the men of Israel went out to battle against Benjamin. And the men of Israel put themselves in array to fight against them at Gibeah. And the children of Benjamin came forth out of Gibeah and destroyed down to the ground of the Israelites that day 22,000 men.
Damn. That means they beat 22,000 of the nation of Israel. Shit, that's only 4,000 less, than the men that they numbered all together and they won.
Right.
They were able to whoop us that badly in one day. 22,000 men.
And the people, the men of Israel, encouraged themselves and set their battle again in array in the place where they put themselves in array the first day. And the children of Israel went up and wept before the Lord until even and asked counsel of the Most High, saying, shall I go up again to battle against the children of Benjamin, my brother? And the Lord said, go up against him.
And the Lord said, go on up again. Go ahead, Cap.
Slide. And Benjamin, and the children of Israel came near against the children of Benjamin the second day. And Benjamin went forth against them out of Gibeah the second day, and destroyed down to the ground the children of Israel again 18,000 men. Damn. All these drew the sword.
Mighty, they slaughtered 22,000 at first, and then 18,000 the next time, next battle. Man, that's quite discouraging right there, huh?
Right.
Go ahead.
Then all the children of Israel and all the people went up and came unto the house of the Most High and wept and sat there before the Lord and fasted that day until even and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings before the Most High. And the children of Israel inquired of the Lord, for the ark of the covenant of God was there in those days. And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, stood before it in those days, saying, shall I yet go out to battle against the children of Benjamin, my brother, or shall I cease? And the Lord said, go up, for tomorrow I will deliver them into thy hand.
Now, what was the Lord actually doing? What the Lord was doing, he was also getting rid of, the brothers, the brothers in the other nations, in the other tribes and everything that were also joined into that in some fashion of themselves. That's why they was able to kill 22,000 one time and then 18,000 the next. What was the Lord doing? He was actually doing a purge. You see what I'm saying?
All right.
So now something else is getting ready to pop off.
Done. And Israel set liars in wait round about Gibeah. And the children of Israel went up against the children of Benjamin on the third day, and put themselves in array against Gibeah, as at other times. And the children of Benjamin went out against the people, and were drawn away from the city. And they began to smite of the people and kill, as at other times, in the highways, of which one goeth up to the house of God, and the other to Gibeah in the field, about 30 men of Israel.
Okay, now this time they only killed like 30 men of Israel. They began to smite. They pumping themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't even wrapping. It's just not even dawning on them that the Lord is actually getting ready to tear them the hell up. You see what I'm saying? What are they doing? They believing in their own strength, carnal as hell. That's what that leads to. This is why we messed up as a damn society right here. This is why, us as a whole, Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians is messed up. This spirit right here, what are we doing? And all of this stuff is rooted in following the women. That's what this is rooted in, and then we're gonna read that as we go on, and you're gonna see exactly what I'm saying. This ain't something that's pulling out the side of my neck. Go ahead.
And the children of Benjamin said, they are smitten down before us, as at the first. But the children of Israel said, let us flee, and draw them from the city into the highways. And all the men of Israel rose up out of their place and put themselves in array at Baal Tamar. And the liars in wait of Israel came forth out of their places, even out of the meadows of Gibeah. And there came against Gibeah 10,000 chosen men out of all Israel, and the battle was sore. But they knew not that evil was near them.
So the evil was near them, because now once that spirit now is bound, now they get ready to get tore the hell up. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And the Lord smote Benjamin before Israel, and the children of Israel destroyed of the Benjamites that day 25,000 and 100 men. All these drew the sword.
They almost wiped out the whole army in this next damn event right here. You know what I'm saying? Now think about it. What's causing all of this to go down? This is chaos right here. You see what I'm saying? What is causing all of this to go down, and why didn't? Now, see, if those dudes had delivered up the dudes and everything, and they had went ahead and got and set, operated in judgment like the Lord wanted them to do, all of this would have never went down. This stuff is going behind us listening to the goddamn woman. You see what I'm saying? That's the core of it right there. Go ahead.
And the liars in wait. Oh, that's a lot. So the children of Benjamin saw that they were smitten, for the men of Israel gave place to the Benjamites, because they trusted into the liars in wait, which they had set beside Gibeah. And the liars in wait hasted and rushed upon Gibeah, and the liars in wait drew themselves along and smote all the city with the edge of the sword. Now there was an appointed sign between the men of Israel and the liars in wait, that they should make a great flame of smoke rise up out of the city. And when the men of Israel retired in the battle, Benjamin began to smite and kill of the men of Israel about 30 persons. For they said, surely they are smitten down before us, as in the first battle. But when the flame began to arise up out of the city with the pillar of smoke, the Benjamites looked behind them, and behold, the flame of the city ascended up to heaven.
Oh, and they knew that the Lord brought the increase of that fire. Now they knew that they was in trouble, and all of their goddamn fighting spirit left. You see what I'm saying? See how much destruction this started to cause? And just to show that I ain't pulling this out the side of my neck, we're going to find out, what did the Lord do with the women in Benjamin? But we're going to read on first.
And when the men of Israel retired in the battle, Benjamin, and when the men of Israel turned again, the men of Benjamin were amazed, for they saw that evil was come upon them. Therefore they turned their backs before the men of Israel into the way of the wilderness, but the battle overtook them, and them which came out of the cities they destroyed in the midst of them. Thus they enclosed the Benjamites round about, and chased them, and trode them down with ease over against Gibeah toward the sunrise.
Damn. Look at this. But now the Benjamites is in goddamn trouble. The Sodomite Benjamites are now in trouble, serious trouble, and they realize that now. You see what I'm saying? The Lord almost took out the whole tribe. Why is this? Because men submitting to the will of the goddamn women. You see what I'm saying? Let me prove that. Let's go to Judges chapter 21 and verse 16.
Yeah.
White man's the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Judges 21 and 16. Then the elders of the congregation said, how shall we do for wives, for them that remain, seeing the women are destroyed out of Benjamin?
Wait a minute, said the women are what?
The women are destroyed out of Benjamin.
Whoa, so many women was destroyed out of Benjamin to where the Benjamite men had no wives. Ain't this something? The Benjamite, all the women was destroyed. You only had like 400 something men left. And all the women were destroyed. So what does that tell you? Because the Lord judge, he sets out judgment in measure. You see what I'm saying? All the Sodomite men, the ones that practicing Sodomites, were killed. Now the men of war, you know what I'm saying? Those, a whole heap of them was killed to where there was a small few that was left, right? But of the women, obviously they had to be the greatest transgressors because the Lord left none of them. You see what I'm saying? To where the men didn't even have wives now. All the wives they had was dead. You see what I'm saying? All the wives they could have took him was dead. Now this is the Lord getting down right here. You see what I'm saying? So just imagine though. Now we be all scared. You got brothers that are scared to even correct the goddamn woman because you know that's one of the biggest things we got going on now. You know all of this stuff between the black woman and you know what I'm saying the black man and stuff going on. Black men are, you know, becoming feminists and all that because he don't want to offend the black woman because he's so goddamn scared of losing her. You see what I'm saying? He's so afraid that he's going to lose her because he listens to these dumb pieces of shit that tell him, oh, the black woman is our greatest resource. She's the backbone of the society. One thing, the backbone of any goddamn society is the men. It's not the women. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's not the goddamn women, it is the men. And we so scared and afraid, you know, of losing the sisters and all of that stuff. Man, look, here's the thing. If the Lord was to destroy every goddamn single sister in North America, you know what I'm saying? The Lord could easily bring other black women from other tribes and replenish the tribe of Judah again. You see what I'm saying? Right. We so goddamn afraid because that's one of the reasons why our women are acting the way they're acting right now because they know that brothers are scared to lose them. So when they're scared, scared to lose you, you know what I'm saying? When you scared to lose them, they smell it. They smell the fear. You see what I'm saying? Right. They just like their goddamn white daddy. Just like he's 100 that smells fear, they do the same goddamn thing. You know, and they take advantage of that. That's why you got all of this, what they call a squirrel movement and all of that stuff going on, because she knows that she can, have you once she get done with all of that. Right. You see what I'm saying? She knows she can screw Chinese men, screw white men, eat vagina. She can do any damn thing, screw the Christian pastor. She can do any damn thing that she wants and still scoop another one of you. You see what I'm saying? Because we're that goddamn easy. And then she knows that she smells the fear. You gotta have some goddamn, we ain't never had a time in the whole Bible where we ain't had no goddamn women. You see what I'm saying? Even these Benjamite brothers right here who lost all their goddamn women, what did the Lord do? The Lord took some women of the children of Judah and gave it to the Benjamite men to rebuild the goddamn tribe again. All right. So if you're so scared of losing a goddamn North American black woman, the Lord can raise up women from Brazil, Peru. Hell, South America's full of goddamn countries of Israelite goddamn women. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, you got the Dominican Republic and all of that too. You see what I'm saying? Right. The Lord can replenish, can rebuild the tribe of Judah he can rebuild the tribe of Judah through another goddamn tribe of women. I mean, if our women want to sit there and leave off and go into that world movement and all of that and want to follow that stuff, right? If all of us was to hop up and do that today, the Lord can raise up some goddamn women from the damn tribe of Simeon, get with the tribe of Judah, and we can rebuild the whole goddamn tribe all over again. You see what I'm saying? But one thing that the black woman cannot do, she cannot go and swirl with a goddamn white man and a Chinese man and build a tribe of Judah through that. Because she's going to be building their agenda. She's going to be building Moab, Edom, you know what I'm saying? Right. And all of those things. That's what she's going to be building because the seed come from us. We're the most important factor in this whole goddamn thing. Go ahead, Joe.
And they said, there must be an inheritance for them that be escaped of Benjamin, that a tribe be not destroyed out of Israel. Howbeit, we may not give them wives of our daughters.
Because we had already made an oath. All the tribes made an oath not to give of their daughters to the children of Benjamin. Now, we think about it for a second. If this was actually to start to happen with us and say all the leaders of all the other tribes said, no, we're not going to give the tribe of Judah, any of our daughters, right? Because that was going on then, because they bind themselves to an oath that they would not do this, and the oath was taken very goddamn seriously. You see what I'm saying? The Lord still spoils in a way. You know what I'm saying? So what the hell are you afraid of? What you scared of? You see what I'm saying? What the hell are you? Correct that goddamn helper you got, man. You know what I'm saying? Understand that you the goddamn important factor in that whole damn thing. Correct that damn helper. And let her know that, fine, if she decides she want to hit the goddamn door, hey, fine. You can replace her with 3 more. You see what I'm saying? No big deal. Right. She was made for you, not you for her. Go back to Genesis. A lot of niggas need to brush up on Genesis again. You know what I'm saying? Right. When Adam, when Eve was made and all of that, you need to understand why she was made. Straight up simple right there. Just that simple. You got to understand why she was made. And once it really seeps into you of why she was actually goddamn made, you'll start to see who's really, there's no equality between you and her. You are her boss. That's it. You see what I'm saying? I mean, hell, why she got more respect for her white boss at work? You know what I'm saying? That's what she do for you. He tell her to fax some goddamn papers. She don't give him no lip. You know why? Because she knows that she can be replaced. And she's grateful to be there. Matter of fact, in a lot of cases, she's so grateful to be there that he could probably get more sex from her than you would. You see what I'm saying? Right. You sit there and you get her pregnant. This is an old black woman custom too. She'll be a maid in some white man's house, or his secretary or something like that. And she will have a child by that black man, but give that child that white man's name. Just like in that movie, The Family That Prayed. You know what I'm saying? She would do that. There would be a lot of times that would be her black husband's seed, but she honored this white man so much that she wants her son to have, she wishes it was his son. You know what I'm saying? She wishes that it was actually his son. But since it's not, she'll at least give him his middle name. See what I'm saying? She'll at least give him that. And hope to raise him up and be the biggest coon, the bow tie wearing coon that she can actually make him be. All right?
Then they said, behold, there is a feast of the Lord in Shiloh yearly. in a place which is the north side of Bethel, on the east side of the highway that goeth up from Bethel to Shechem, on the south of Lebanon. Therefore they commanded the children of Benjamin, saying, Go and lie in wait in the vineyards, and see, and behold, if the daughters of Shiloh come out to dance in dances, then come ye out of the vineyards, and catch you every man his wife of the daughters of Shiloh, and go to the land of Benjamin.
And the Lord still made a way. You see what I'm saying? And I know a whole lot of sisters got a problem with that scripture right there, too. You know, and a whole lot of sisters, they like, oh, so they just took them against their will, and those sisters right there are sisters that don't give a damn about building a nation, because if they actually did, they would understand why that was done. You see what I'm saying? They would understand that. You know, that goes to show you, you know, any sister that will argue with this is a sister that don't give a damn about building her nation. She would rather the tribe of Benjamin go ahead and perish. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. Now, there's a whole thing with this you got people that's teaching with the whole Igbo thing. Right. You have the Igbo people, you know, that's supposed to be claiming to be now they said they're saying that, you know, all black Jews are supposed to be from the Igbo, right? Which you don't see Igbo anywhere in the Bible or anything that even points to it. Just because they're supposed to keep like some customs, right? Right. If you outside of the lSUPK, this is why I would say if you outside of the lSUPK, you in trouble. And
if I could, they be trying to say Igbo or Hebrew. Another way to say Hebrew is Ibu, and then Ibu connects to Igbo, so the Igbos are Hebrews.
Right, yeah, they just say that dumb retarded stuff right there.
You know, semantics, man.
And they trying to say that that's the tribe of Gad or something like that. Something to that effect. They, you know, and then they having the Jewish men. They're going all on the side of West Africa and all that and finding it. And then they say, and then this is their claim to what they're saying is they say that the Igbos keep some traditions and customs that the ancient Israelites kept, like the 8-day circumcision and all of that, right? All right. Okay, you had people that faked it during the time of kings. When the 10 tribes was taken captive, now you had people that took on customs and everything, and these were Hamites also. They took on customs in the cities of Samaria that was supposed to be, that was, you know, somewhat Israelite customs, right? All right. That doesn't make you the people. You see what I'm saying? And then they try to go on further too and say that 30% of the people that was on the slave ships, right, that were actually Igbos, right? So they saying that only 30% of another. Now they're saying it had to be two nations to that. The curse of Deuteronomy 28:68 had to do with two nations and us being piled together with another nation on the slave ships. When I ain't never seen one captivity in the whole Bible where we were lumped in together with another nation. It ain't in there anywhere. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
It says, and the Lord shall bring thee, and who was the thee that it was talking about? The thee that it was talking about is the nation of Israel. You see what I'm saying? The nation of Israel is the thee. It didn't say, I will bring you and someone else into, you know, into Egypt again with ships, right? Who served in the bondage, you know, as a matter of fact, even when you like, say for instance, if you on your job, you in Egypt on your job also. You see what I'm saying? The white person next to you is not in Egypt, even though y'all physically in the same place. It's Egypt for you. It's not that for him. It's not the same thing, even though he's working right next to you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because your people will never have a piece of that company. His people own the company. You see what I'm saying? His people own the company, and that's the reason why if y'all supposed to have 7 occurrences and all of that, y'all have 7 occurrences before you get fired. Hell, he has 13 points, and he still has his job.
Right.
Because it's Egypt for you, it's not for him. You see what I'm saying? That's the reason why, that's the reason why everybody wants it. When you and him on the job, they're not hollering at him, telling him to hustle, and they're saying that to you. You see what I'm saying? They're making sure that you have the lowest job there, that you have the hardest job there, and his job actually, when he's next to you, is actually to be an overseer over you, even though he's like a spy working right next to you.
Right.
He'd be the one to go in and tell on you because he's not in Egypt. You see what I'm saying? You are the one that is in Egypt. You had poor trash in ancient Egypt. But Egypt was not Egypt for him. It wasn't the land of bondage for him. You see what I'm saying? It's the land of bondage for you and your people.
Right.
For the house of Israel, that's what it was.
And if I could, there was other nations in Egypt. You
Right.
had all type of different tribes of people in Egypt. What's they called? You got Kemet, then you got the other one they're more south that they used to go to war with. That's Africans, just like them. What are they called?
What was it?
You got Kemet, then you got down south the other group of ones that they like them they're stem from. Not Ethiopian, the Kush.
Yeah, that was
The Kush,
Kush.
Kushites. And all that. You had other different African like people that was all in Egypt. Egypt had other nations in it.
Right.
It had other tribes in it and all that.
Right.
But the ones who was building pyramids, the one who was being under Pharaoh's neck, them was Israelites.
Right. And if I will, sir, just like America today, you have ambassadors that come from other places and their people is over and all of that. You had the same thing then. What they call it, the United Nations now.
Right.
You had the same thing going on then. But who was crushed at the bottom of that? It was us. That's why they love to use the symbol as the goddamn pyramid. Who was the people at the very bottom of that pyramid? That is us. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the people at the very bottom of that pyramid. All of this stuff is strategically thought out to crush and keep us at the bottom. And in our ignorance, we set our thinking that, there's 4 whites too.
Right.
There's 4 whites too, and then what do they try and say? They try to say, this is what they try to say. They try to say a lot of the people that winded up on the slave ships was actually Hamites, or actually Canaanites and all that. We can ready to shut that garbage down right quick. Let's go to Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 43.
Deuteronomy 28 and 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
Wait a minute. Who is the stranger that is among us? The stranger that among us will be actually another people. Like, say hypothetically. Say if it was us and Canaanites loaned onto the slave ship, which is a goddamn lie, but say if that was to happen, right?
Right.
They would not be thrown at the bottom of the slave ship with us. They would actually be the overseers on the ship. You see what I'm saying? They would be, and then as we come to America, right, and say we separated, and we were in the ghettos and all of that, and they were among us, they would be the groups that would get up above us very high because they would own all the businesses. You see what I'm saying? They would own all the businesses, and the white man wouldn't be killing them in the streets like he would kill us. How many Africans do you see getting blown away by the goddamn cops here in America?
Right.
And
nothing. If it was a couple Africans that got strung in the ships, they would have. And by the time they got here, they would have put the African above all the Israelites.
Right.
Really, it wasn't. They would probably. It would just. It would. If it did happen, it would just not really even happen like that. Like maybe he was a criminal of the African tribe, and they threw him into the slavery too, because the Africans wanted to get rid of all their criminals or all their rapists or anything, something like that, where they lumped him in there. By the time he got to America and got on the plantation, he would have got up above us very high.
Right.
They would have seen him as something different, just like the Moors. How they got pictures of the Moors wearing their hats and they're all nice next to the presidents. They said some picture got some black, so-called black person who's a Moor working with George Washington. Well, obviously he's above all the slaves that George Washington owns because he's in the painting with him. George Washington had no paintings with his slaves all dressed nice.
Right.
So obviously the Africans that did come over here, they would have got up very high.
Right.
Very quickly in everything. They wouldn't even put him with us as slaves. They would have let him come along and probably would have had him, like you were saying, on top of the ship, just overseeing it. They wouldn't have put him into slavery with us.
Right.
They would have put him above us. Like, all right, you just watch him and tell us, you be the night watch. We all the white people will go to bed, you stay up all night and watch.
Right.
That's what they would have did.
Right. And say if you got a ship that had 1,000 slaves on it, right? 1,000 people bound up on the ship, and say 50 of them were Canaanites or something. You know what I'm saying? What would happen is they would come to America, those 50 would separate. They would stick together.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And they would be ruling over the other 950. You see what I'm saying? Whether directly or indirectly. They would own the businesses. They would own this. They would own that. You see what I'm saying? Because the scripture says that the enemy should do what?
He shall lend to thee. So like, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
He would be getting up above us very high, and they wouldn't be doing this just as individuals. Because see, a lot of people say, well, hell, you had house diggers, house slaves and all that, right? They say that. They would be like that as a whole. As a unit, not as little individuals, you know what I'm saying? Their families would inherit that, you know what I'm saying? They would be like that as a whole, and they would stick together, and they would not enslave each other. You see what I'm saying? Those 50 would not enslave each other, they would enslave you. You see what I'm saying? And it would be natural. It would go natural for them. It wouldn't be something that they would have to superly think out and all of that. No, it wouldn't be none of that. As a matter of fact, go into one of those stores that the Hamites own today, right? Go into one of those stores that the Hamites own today. Right. As a matter of fact, if you see a Hamite customer in that, get behind that customer. Wait for a second until that Hamite customer is getting ready to go up and pay for his stuff. You come behind him. Let me show you what you're going to see. They're going to do like this. They're going to give him the nod, and he's going to walk out without having to pay nothing, while your black behind is going to have to pay. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now they say, oh, all blacks are divided. Well, they consider them as black, right? Why ain't they divided from each other then? Everybody divided, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they said black people can't come together. Black people always fighting with each other. Them people over there in Igbo, they seem pretty together to me.
Yeah, they always together. The Ethiopians, you ever see them go against each other?
Right.
And they say, oh, we sold each other. All our own people sold us in slavery. Well, I ain't never seen one stock of Ethiopians sell a goddamn another stock of Ethiopians to nobody. They don't play that. And see, here's a point that I want to make too. With them Africans, right? The Africans are built, the Chinese and America and everything's come together. The Chinese are actually building infrastructure in Africa, and you have China and America that's both competing with one another over the support of Africa, right? Now think about it. That's why so many people, if you go to Africa and you do anything for the Africans, you get rewarded. You get tax write-offs and all of that good stuff if you do anything for Africa, right? You get all of these weird type of benefits, you know what I'm saying, that a whole lot of us don't know a goddamn thing about, But them two are competing. But here's the thing, when they building all of this stuff over in Africa, look at the labor force that's being used. The labor forces being used are not Africans, they're actually Chinese. But even with the Chinese labor force, like when they drilling the oil and they building the railroads and all that over in Africa, there's Chinese that are doing the goddamn labor and the Africans ain't doing no labor, but are still reaping other goddamn benefits. Now you gonna sit there and tell me they selling their goddamn people? Hell no. They don't sell their goddamn own. They sell the people that is not theirs, the people that the whole globe hates, which is the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, and that's who went on the goddamn slave ships.
Damn right.
Okay.
We are the lSUPK, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limit for 6 months. They are be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which a brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3 and 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. You can check the website lSUPK.com for more information on that. Or check with your camp leader. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pant, headband, and scarf. That said, Amaju. We're going to give a salute to all the brothers. Men of Israel, Imam, salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Imam Shabbat. Imajim, Barak, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Barakatham. Yazmatah, we're going to give a courteous salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Imam Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh, Shemar, Bashem, Yahushua. Yazmatah, class dismissed.